Hello, students. This is Mrs. Cotter, and I'm going to be your professor or instructor here for your Introduction to Human Verbal Development. During our semester together, we have lots of things to explore, and I hope that you love this subject as much as I do. If you take a look around behind me, you'll see that this is my home office. This is where I do all of my work. Fortunately, I have a nice office and I can close the door. On occasion, you could possibly hear a little mini pin who is scratching at the door wanting to be let in, but he has orders at the moment to leave me alone and let me have a discussion with my students. His name is Biscuit, and my husband and I are empty nesters. Both of our children are grown and gone, and he thinks he rules the place, and sometimes he does, but most of the time he does listen to me. You'll also see, if you take a look, there's a few beetle memorabilia here. Behind me there is a picture of Paul McCartney, who I saw about 10 years ago. If I move my head, you'll see a picture of Ringo, and I just got to see him a couple of years ago for one of my birthday presents. Complete and total surprise. My daughter had me come up to Chicago and surprised me with his concert. It was just fantastic for someone who grew up in that era. And you'll also maybe see a couple of things over there that have to do with Florida. My son lives in Florida, and so my husband and I do make several trips a year down to Florida to see him. You know, I wasn't much on the ocean to begin with, but the more we go, the more we really enjoy the ocean and there in Florida. So enough about me. If you read your little information there, you'll see that I've been in the areas of speech and language development and also deaf education and an administrator in special education for probably going on about 40 years or so. The thing about that is it gives me lots of experience with lots of different children, and I'm going to share some of those as we go along in the semester. It also gives me still a great love and passion for the development of language and speech in human beings. I love watching babies. I love talking to toddlers. I enjoy being in the schools in Livingston County and working with children who have communication problems, all the way from a simple R to children who have autism. And I've done a lot of different things. So I'm hoping that my experience and my training will make me a better teacher and a good instructor for you. Completing the course, to begin with, the first few weeks, we don't have a lot of things that we have to do. Of course, you want to keep up on your reading right away. You'll have a couple of little worksheets to do. But the most important thing in the beginning is getting used to every week responding to the discussion questions. And those are going to be questions or scenarios or little assignments that I've asked you to give some thought to and then respond to. Now you can respond in 2 or 3 sentences, or you can respond with a quality college level response. And that is what I'm looking for. By responding to the discussion questions, that lets me know that you have been in the class for the week. So responses to discussion questions is my way of keeping attendance. If you're one of the people who likes to get that assignment, and those will be available after 7 a.m. each Thursday, it's okay, it's great. Get in there, get that stuff done. But you'll have to remember to come back when other people have responded, because almost always I will ask you to respond to at least 2 classmates. We can do that in a very professional and courteous manner, even if you disagree with some of the ideas that your classmates have, and that's okay. That's called a collegiate atmosphere, where we get to express our own ideas. You can still do that in a courteous manner. And you will see a difference in how people respond, and that's okay, because we're all about trying to be communication partners. I will tell you, the first time that I did teach this class online, I just really was kind of apprehensive, because I said to the administration at Heartland, you know, this is all about human communication, and so much of our communication happens through the tone of our voice and how our facial expressions are looking at the time. So I'm just going to say to you, most of the time when I'm making comments, it's a very courteous way. I might have a sense of humor, kind of, peek in there every once in a while, and it's a dry, sarcastic kind of humor. So if you're not understanding what I'm trying to say, please email me or let me know. Mrs. Cotter, I'm not sure what you meant by that. You can call me Mrs. Cotter or you can call me Mrs. C. I'm open to either one of those. Okay, so that's a little bit about the discussions. That counts as your attendance, and it also gives you points. I read every single one, and there are points given for those. So you want to be sure that you keep up on those. It's very easy to get behind, but if the week is over, I do not go back to discussion questions. Those have to be answered within the week of the assignment that we're working on. Then as we go along, if you're looking at the syllabus at all, you will see that I've tried to let you know when the due dates are for certain things. Those projects will be given to you through the modules, and hopefully they're well explained. If not and you have questions, let me know. I check my email from Heartland at least once a day, usually in the evenings after I get home from work, and I always check on the weekends. Maybe not Saturday and Sunday, but at least one of the days. And sometimes I'm checking all the time, especially as we get started. So be sure that you're letting me know what you have any difficulties with, and we'll get it worked out. I've just been now teaching it online for, this is either my third or fourth semester that I've been teaching it online, and we've had just a really good response, so I hope that works well for you. So I guess I don't want to go on and just keep this going forever, although I love talking about speech and language, and you'll see that as we go. So one more reminder, be sure you do those discussions each week. Be sure you get those assignments in on time. If you have any difficulty at all, I am always open for discussion and available for communication. I am also very willing, if we need to come to campus. I can get one of the offices if we need to have an appointment, if we need to go over anything. But it does take me a little bit of time to get those things arranged because I am working full-time, although this is my last year before I retire. I can get to Bloomington very easily, so that is not a problem. That would just be you and I coordinating that if we need to. But a lot of our work can be done online and through email. So with that in mind, I hope you have a wonderful semester. I hope you love this subject as much as I do, and I hope it is something that you want to pursue as time goes on. So with that, good luck, and we'll be talking soon.